Hello, you cowards and fools. It's tea time with Terrence Tea Time Toupée. We're kicking it off. We're going to fill the teapot with water. As I did this, I felt like Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay often does this to really make a point. I actually met Gordon Ramsay. I poured hot tea all over his son. Basically, every famous chef there is, I poured hot tea on their son. Usually in some kind of Rube Goldberg comedy of errors. It's all very comical. So today we have our old favorite. That's right, it's could be something a little bit different. Happen to have access to orange spice. And I'm going to go ahead and avail myself of this. This is described as orange spicer, orange oriental. I'm not sure what that means, just the word orange multiple times, so that's how you know it's good. I'm known as Terrence Tea Time Toupée. I know all there is to know about tea. I know what the bag is, and I know what the dirt inside is. Or tea, I guess it's tea. I know all about that stuff because I've been at it for a while. I'm older than you might think. I'm 10,500 years old. I'm actually a lich. Have we not been over this yet? Yeah. So that's good. And you know, so I've been alive for a hot minute, and I discovered tea in about 2018. I finally got curious. I was like, why are there people with cups and there's like hot water and then there's stuff in it? What's that all about? And I finally got around to figuring it out, and then I became Terrence Tea Time Toupée. I'm already a master in my field. And so that's all good. It's all good stuff. In case you've never viewed a Terrence Tea Time Toupée video before, basically what I do, we'll boil the water, and I have to drink the entire thing before I can end the stream. It's kind of a nightmare hell scenario. This seems like some kind of punishment for something I did, but I don't remember. If you remember, let me know. Like, did I run over a cat and then not apologize? What else is going on? If you're in the state of Maine, you might be voting in the election or anywhere else. It's kind of a fake election, not a real one. It's like the Winter Olympics. Well, the midterms would be the... Oh, there's so many cabinets in the kitchen that I'm in. There it is. Beautiful. And a crucial part of the tea making process, you have to put this bag in the mug. Just trying to remember all the names for everything that's involved. It's a whole process. And we're not going to be putting anything else in this tea. Wow. It really smells like tea. So this is a situation we're both in as a result of confluence of circumstances. We're both here. We're both in this stream. Snoopy's here, just like all my other nightmares. So we just have to live through this together. Election coming up in Maine. Check it out. You get to vote on this big old electricity corridor, 145 miles through Maine's western woods, which I guess are sort of a thing. And there's a lot of money involved in the opposition, and it's kind of hard to suss out the motives. And frankly, I don't care enough. It's like either you want the big power line or you don't, man. They already started building the thing, so. But, on the other hand, you don't usually want to trust private corporations when they're doing things that interact with the environment. Because they used to have mining up in Brownsville in the 60s. And this is for real. They would mine up there, and then they left, and I think sodium nitrate or something basically toxified the entire place. They had to clean it up. And guess who paid for it? It's the same people who are complaining that the state can step in to stop the corridor from being built in the first place. They would be complaining about that. All the while, they would be on the hook for whatever disaster results from flouting any regulations, which is what happened in the mining thing. It cost taxpayers, $35 million. So, what you should do is just don't vote. I mean, look where it's gotten you so far. It's not a serious recommendation. It's not recommended by your doctor. You should vote. It's fine. Part of a healthy thing. Yeah, maybe you should try to stop the power company from building the big old power line. I mean, they're not really putting any risk in, if you think about it, because, like I said, the cleanup is always, we're always on the hook for that. It's funny, kind of weird how that works out. I don't know. But, they get to keep the profit and all that stuff. It's like a landlord, same kind of situation. No, what are you putting on the line if you're a landlord? It's just an endless conveyor belt of human bodies that, are trying to avoid succumbing to the elements and have no other choice. So why is private ownership involved in that transaction? It's Terrence Tea Time Toupée. Tea time. How's it going, guys? I didn't put anything in this tea. It's just orange. So far, I haven't drank it. But it does smell decidedly orange. It's a very comforting smell. It smells like the inside of a little trinket shop. And an old gypsy woman running the place, and she gives you tea, and you're like, it smells like what your grandmother probably smells like. And the gypsy says, you're correct. This is grandmother tea. So as a person who's tried every single tea there is, I have to say my favorite tea is I had basically water, and then I put Dunkaroo icing in there, stirred it up. It's pretty good. That's probably my favorite tea. Second would be, is soda a tea? Because one time I had a really good Coke. Tea can be cold, some kinds of teas maybe can be carbonated, so I don't know why I'm talking myself through this. I don't think it's very interesting. Another thing we have here, just in stock, if you're interested, what we might be featuring in future programming as the weather becomes even colder. That's right, it's possible for it to become colder than it currently is. We have hot cocoa mix. Land O'Lakes stuff, you can't go wrong with that. This hot cocoa from Starbucks, nope, don't recommend. And we also have here this thing that I've not tried this. I guess Mannheim Steamroller is making hot chocolate. And then there's the old standby, which I actually didn't know I had until this very moment, Swiss Miss. Well, I'm going to use that one next. Well, it's Terrence Tea Time Toupée. I live in this kitchen. I'll probably die in this kitchen, I've been told, by a gypsy in a shop. I think I've been over this. I think I said that already. So part of just being older is that, not even old, but like older than you were. Because if you think about it, you're always older than you were. It kind of just, it's just kind of the same thoughts on a loop. Sometimes they're just kind of different genres of the same thought, just kind of keep repeating themselves. And then you become so stupid you don't even distinguish that you're just... I'm normal, so if you think that's weird, you're the weird one, actually. So, Terrence Tea Time Toupée. Well, you know, I'm from Chicago. Born and raised 10,500 years ago. And my favorite thing about Chicago is definitely the tea. You know, you get to Chicago, the first thing people are going to say, did you try the tea? And I said, no. Because, like, every time I try to go back there, now that I know what tea is, I went back there, tried to have the tea, but got my hand caught in a vending machine. And they couldn't get it out. So, I amputated both my hands. These are prosthetics. That's why they look so weird and skeletal. Not real. And then by the time I got out, I had to go back home. So, no, I didn't get to try the Chicago tea, okay? I'm a little upset about it, but, you know. I heard they got one that's just made out of, like, just urine. And, I think, like, coffee creamer. Is this a fruit fly currently that I'm looking at? I thought we got rid of these guys. I would yearn for the open-mindedness of a fruit fly, because a fruit fly is drawn by anything. Like, if you say the word, like, strawberry, two of them just appear, just from the word. God forbid you leave some bananas out for 13 straight hours, because they'll be on that like fruit flies on a dang old banana. This is actually quite good. It's really good. Which means I can never drink it again. It's because I'm so jealous. I wish I could make a tea. It's good. Well, what else is happening? Any good movies out? Gonna go see this. Isn't there like a new movie with like Shia LaBeouf and like he plays a bird or he plays a car? That's the same fruit fly I'm seeing now. This guy and we're not. I think I have a new nemesis. Isn't there a Shia LaBeouf movie coming out where he plays like Jesus or the Easter Bunny or Dog or himself, Jonah Hill? Kristen Shaw can be in it. Kristen Shaw, have you noticed there's some kind of weird virus spreading that's just Kristen Shaw, the actress, being in every single television and television show and every movie and everything? She's fine, but I mean, are there other actors? You know, these actors, they don't want to show up to work. You know, they can just sit and collect unemployment. I heard Tom Hanks is making $700 a week. As long as he applies for a job every 90 days. He's living on the dole. So if you want to come over to my house, I have video games. I have a jar of salsa. I have maple syrup. Nothing else. So let's bring your own everything. My address is Poo Poo Butt Lane. There's no house number. I'm the only person who lives here, so there's no point, right? U.S. Postal Service. I don't really get mail. Never did. They don't know. They don't know how to get here. They think I'm a joke. So orange tea combines my two favorite things. I guess I don't have to explain what they are, but I recommend it to you, your loved ones. Your co-workers at the water cooler. Say, hey, drink some orange tea. You know, like, who's paying you to say that? And you don't tell them that there's a pro-orange tea super PAC that's paying you to promote their agenda. Yeah, I'm already bored with that. So, what else is on the shelf? What are we thinking shelf-wise? You know, I think that if you Caesar salad, Caesar pasta salad, excuse me. I'm sorry. I completely forgot I have these noodles I haven't cooked. So it's hard to get through life being really stupid. I recommend trying to become smart. So, something that I don't understand about Snoopy seems to have a place in the Peanuts universe. Like, Snoopy has, like, his act together. Like, he's fully self-realized, he's doing what he wants to do, he's comfortable in his own skin. Clearly, I mean, look at him, he's always smiling. And he's surrounded by these miserable old little 4-year-olds. Like, poor Snoopy, man, he had to put up with so much. It was weird that he was like shooting people down from his doghouse. What was that one? That was the Christmas one. Yeah, the Baron. So that was a little sus, but you know, otherwise Snoopy seemed pretty chill. I wish I could have hung out with him before he died in that motorcycle accident. But you know, that's life. And you just die in a motorcycle accident even though you're a cartoon dog. So this is basically one of my, this is probably my third favorite type of tea. It's clear tea. It's kind of like when they did Crystal Pepsi. Wait, which one was Crystal Pepsi? Was it like see-through? Why would it be called that? This is so annoying that I have to find this out now. This is absurd. I'll be right back. Alright, let's find out about Crystal Pepsi. When did it come out? What was it? Did anyone like it? I mean, I know what the... Obviously, I've recalled that name, but I don't really... A clear cola made by PepsiCo. It was sold in Europe in the early 90s. US and Canada received it from 92 to 94, and then it came back in the mid-2010s. So that was the cycle. You know, 15 years, and then we become nostalgic for it. So think about what's going on now. Like, what's cool? You know, what's cool? You know, Tay Zonde, right? Heathcliff. You know, the Thrift Shop song. True Detective, Jackie Gleason. You know, so think about these things that are popular right now. Think, what is it going to be like in 15 years when they're back? Are they going to be worse? Are you going to enjoy that? Like, okay, let's really think of something that's... What if Squid Game? Squid Game's big, right? Bring it back 15 years. They're all older now, and it's not as good. It's usually what it is. Unless it's Crystal Pepsi, because they can just recreate that. So the only people that aren't going to let you down is pretty much Pepsi when it comes to nostalgia-induced, you know, commercialization pushes. Which is definitely what that's called. Check me out on Nextdoor. I keep pretending that my puppy was murdered by a living scarecrow. I keep putting those posts up to trick people because I'm trying to become a horror novelist, and I figure if it convinces people, then that means I can make it in the biz. So far it hasn't worked because I haven't actually started writing the posts yet. I'm just pretending to murder a puppy, even though I would never do such a thing, but... And then I'm like trying to make puppy noises at night to convince people of what's happening. So which I guess takes away, kind of dilutes the whole mission, which is to convince people through the writing. See, I'm overdoing it. I'm Terrence Tea Time Toupée. My stuff is complicated. You know, I haven't figured my life out yet. Even though, as I mentioned, I have been alive for 10,500 years because I'm an undead lich. Like, it's not a big part of what I do or my life, so I don't know. I wasn't hiding it, it's just you guys never asked, so... But, you know, cards on the table now. I'm 10,500 years old. You know Tutankhamun? I don't know him either. Never really crossed paths. I heard he was chill. You know, Who else did I know? You know, Elvis Presley. Didn't meet him either. He was famous, so it was kind of hard to like get close to him. I was also around for Henry VIII. You know, didn't meet him either, but he seemed pretty chill. As we like to do at some point, we like to hold the cup with both hands as we do. And this is classic tea etiquette. You gotta hold it with two hands, and you gotta go make the dumbest noise you can make. And that's really gonna signify to people within about 3 square miles that you're really loving that tea. You're slurping it down like a gross little, like a human urinal freak. So Crystal Pepsi, pretty good stuff. Check it out in store. At your local Tesco's. What country do I live in? I'm trying to like throw you guys off the trail if you're trying to figure out where I live, even though I've said it. Wow. Oh my god. Yeah. It's a whole herd of kangaroos just went by. Now there's a samurai coming to kill me? Whoa. That's crazy. The place that I live is nuts. Also our president is some weird old guy. There's no way you can narrow it down from there. That's way too broad. So yeah, there's other kinds of tea that exist, and what we're gonna do is a speed review, and I'm gonna take the remaining teas, the other flavors in this pack that I didn't use, and I'm gonna review them very quickly without even thinking. Numi, Honeybush, sounds gross. Get it looked at. Orange Spice or Orange Oriental, that's what we just drank, but I'm reviewing it anyway. Come up with a better name. What kind of nonsense is that? We also, yeah, Stash, Licorice Spice. Licorice Spice, I hardly know her. So, that's my tea review. I'm Terrence, Tea Time Toupée. Check me out. The way that you know that, like, I'm cool and then, like, I'm relatively put together, these are all the napkins that I have in my home. They're just, it's like 6 Subway napkins, and I just pocketed them, and I'm like, I need napkins at home, so. And it was actually really smart, and I wish I thought of that before, because I'm always wasting napkins when I'm out and about. So, was there anything, like, news-wise that happened? I wish there was some way to know the things that are happening in the world with visceral detail, and then to know what every single person alive thinks about it. But the technology just doesn't exist. Weird that no one thought of it. But I might be onto something. No, nothing happened, so that's good. Because every time something does happen, it sucks. So if there's nothing, then nothing can go wrong. And At this point, I would say we're about 40% full in the cup. But this is a scientific principle, which I have alluded to in the past. And in fact, I've gone into great detail to explain to you that the further the tea goes down, the less volume of liquid there is. Therefore, the faster it cools exponentially. It took me 500 years to learn that, even though I only found out about tea in 2018. I thought they were talking about something else. So I know, as Terrence Tea Time Toupée, as I've said, I know every kind of tea there is. My Christmas tree tea came from a Christmas tree. I had but tea, better than it sounds, but still not good. I had a garbage tea, monkey tea, chicken tea, and I had a nut tea. But that was just someone accidentally dropped cashews in a bowl of water. See, sometimes I get confused because I just think tea is like a liquid with something else in it. But it seems to be a different thing, and I can't figure out what it actually is, so. But it's fine. Like, just because I'm Terrence Tea Time Toupée doesn't mean I know everything about tea. I know what they're all called, and I know that most of them aren't very good. So don't waste your time. Even the Earl Grey, the tried and true, the staple. It's like, you know, I don't know what English breakfast is. Why do I have so much tea? I don't actually drink tea. I don't know what English breakfast is. I assume it just tastes like water that passed through like it was in a barrel for a while. Like just like barrel aged water. And they just heat it up. And in like the 20s, British people were like, wow, this fills a tummy right up. Because they were a little bit Irish, I guess. That was an Irish person living in Britain. I almost thought you were going to see through the infallibility of my impressions, which have thus far been impeccable. But I flubbed the British accent, whatever. You know what? I admit it. I'm not gonna do the Trump thing where I make a big deal out of it. I'm just like pulling my shame out of my body like a clown pulling the ribbons out of their ear. Yeah, that's a good metaphor. Well, you've been a great audience, and thank you for stopping by. You might think, oh, he's nearing the end. Not really. I'm having a hard time drinking this. I keep stopping for long periods of time for no reason. Well, if you've ever drank tea, chime in the chat and tell me what your favorite kind of tea is. Is it whale tea? Is it turtle tea? Is it gum tea? One time Malcolm McDowell came to my house and tried to kill me because I found out that his tea was just made of a cat's urine. And he sent the police to my house because the police are very much in the pocket of Malcolm McDowell. I've had run-ins with a lot of folks in my time as Terrence Tea Time Toupée, you know. I met Mr. T and I said, thank you for inventing it. And he said, what? And I said, tea. And he called the police and he freaked out. And he was like, "Why are you in my house? It's like 1:30 in the morning." And I said, "I was just wandering around. I was trying to get to the subway. And it was taking me through here. And so I had to follow the path. So I took a bolt cutter and a drill and I opened the front door to your home, and I'm trying to just get to Subway like everybody else, so don't blame me." And here I am. And I was in jail for, a few years after that. And that's really where I learned about tea. It was in 1927, by the way. And I was like, wow, it's cold in jail. Better drink tea. It's hot, right? And the guy next to me kicked me directly in the face and said, "Don't speak to me." I was like, "That's racist." And he was like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, Why do you have an accent? It seems racist to have an accent now. Don't do it. Because it's like you're mocking. It's like you go to a country and, like, doesn't it seem racist that when you go to Asia, there's like a bunch of Asian people there? Like, isn't that such a stereotype that there's Asian people? So fix it. So I'm gonna start a podcast where every episode I try to see how long I can go before I get canceled. And I do it every single day for a year. And I change my name every single time so that no one knows it's me getting canceled over and over again, and I modulate my voice. So far I made it a minute and 37 seconds. But I keep getting stuck on the fact that, like, I thought Dumbo should have been executed. Every single time I do one, I end up saying it. Because it's really what I believe. I'm speaking my truth. Sorry if it doesn't toe the party line. They should have sent him flopping his big fat ears over the edge of the earth and into space, where he dies. Terrence Tea Time Toupée. I completely endorse all the comments I'm making, and no one's paying me to say them. No political lobbies are telling me to say that I think Dumbo should have been executed. Why would there be any political relevance to that message? Doesn't make any sense. I'm just a normal guy making tea in my kitchen, which, again, like I said, is where I live. It's also where my 25 children live, my 3 wives, and my housekeeper, and my dog, and his dog, and his dog too. All the dogs' dogs. They all live in this stupid little walk-in closet of a kitchen, and we make tea, and all I do all day is I bumble around and I spill tea all over them. They're like, "When are you gonna feed us, dude?" I'm like, "I'm trying to make money for my Terrence Tea Time Toupée YouTube streams." So far, I haven't made any, but there was a time when Steve Jobs and Jeff Bezos also had nothing. I believe in my dream to stream. Or my name isn't Terrence Tea Time Toupée. Well, I've got 10% there's frequently hear what sounds like a bug tapping against a wall, and then it's just nothing. Anyone else having this? Is this a me thing? Guess this is a me problem. Well, anyway, like I said, I think we have about a tenth of the tea left. It's excellent. I would give this tea an A+. There's a lot of things I would do. And that's one of them. I'm not sure where I was going with that. Very good. Nice mix of flavors. Fruity. Refreshing, rejuvenating. I feel like I could go into battle or, take a nap. Could really go either way with orange, whatever it is. Oriental orange time. It's not a joke, it's really a silly name. I was intrigued by something else that I saw in here. Cinnamon vanilla. That's what I should have gone for this time around. Maybe next time. Behind me is where my various masks go when they're not in use. But really, aren't we all using a mask? They're filthy. Is that okay? Can I just never clean them because I don't care anymore? But I don't know what kind of disease could you get from a soiled piece of cloth on your face? I'm asking Google, I'm asking Jeeves. Those are the two mice that live in my apartment. Google and Jeeves, man. So far, no answers, but I'll get it out of them yet. That reminded me that I saw a gigantic rat in the street yesterday. And like when you see a rat, you think, well, it's far away from where I'm gonna be, but it could just as well be there too. Why not? It's just down the street. It could just take a waltz up here and just make itself at home. What's to stop it? And the prospect terrifies me. Because that was a big boy. And it was definitely a rat. And it was like the size of like a groundhog. Like, it was insane. It wasn't really. That would be an exaggeration. When it comes to rat size, you should be an accurate reporter, I think. But yeah, he was a honking man. He was a honker, as kids would say. And, you can't get rid of rats, right? That's the whole point of them. They're just always around. Like, you can't, like, when it comes to rats, at some point you just have to say fair game. You guys play by the rules. You figured it out. You basically are invincible. Well, why do you have to be involved in our stuff? I think we should just give them like an island and just say like really loud to them so that, to make sure as many of them can hear it as possible, just say, if you ever leave this island, we have the right to kill you, and you agree to that. And then they just make rat noises, which you don't know if they really consent, but I think that's what they should do. I think Biden should do that tomorrow. He has the unilateral authority to enact such a thing. And then we just get to work, we kill all the rats. They eat, what do? They eat, like, bugs. But, you know, so do I, so I'll pick up the slack, I don't care. Grasshoppers, crickets, send them to me. Terrence Tea Time Toupée, I'm psycho. I'm an idiot. Well, not that those are two things, I mean, they're two completely independent qualities that I happen to have. There's no correlation. But it's also not a good combination at the same time. But yeah. That book, The Plague, the whole first chapter is like, there's 30,000 dead rats showing up in a city. It's about to go into plague times. Whoops. So they just, all these rats turn up dead, like literally by the thousands, and then they just stop. And they're like, okay, I guess it's fine. Nope. The fun has just begun. So if you see a rat running from something or going to something, it's probably doing the objectively right thing. So you have nothing to lose by just following a rat around all day and doing whatever it does. Like, if rats start turning up dead somewhere, you're like, whatever killed that is gonna have a very easy time finishing me off in as many ways as you want to interpret that as possible. So you better run. If you're at a place where there's like thousands of dead rats, time to skip town. Make a new plan, Stan. Get on the bus, Gus. There must be 50 ways to leave your plague-infested city. Well, thanks for coming by the stream. We have finished the tea, and I'm going to read the leaves at the bottom, and I'm going to divine the winner of the 2024 election. Here we go. This is like Karnak, but better. Let me just pour water all over the ground very quickly. Yeah, this is all part of the prediction process. Oh yeah, enough people just wrote Beavis and Butthead that they actually won, so they're gonna win 2024 Beavis and Butthead. You heard it here first. Unfortunately, they're definitely gonna get us into a thing with Iran. Are you kidding me? Thanks for watching the stream. Don't ever come back here. Get out. Go. Leave my home. Go. Go away. Go. Go. Go.